Welcome to the AI Opus, or as we like to call it, TEO.
Hey Sarah, how's it going?
Going great, Mike? Excited to dive into today's AI news and funding updates. There's a lot to cover today, so let's get started.
Absolutely. What do we have first on the agenda?
Well, first up, we have ByteDance's OmniHuman 1. It's a new AI tool that creates incredibly realistic deepfake videos from minimal input. It's quite impressive, but also raises concerns about potential misuse for fraud and misinformation.
Wow, that sounds both fascinating and a bit scary. How realistic are these deepfakes?
They're highly realistic, Mike. That's what's causing the stir. The technology's potential for harm is significant, which is why there's a growing call for stronger regulations and detection methods.
Makes sense. So what's happening in India with OpenAI?
OpenAI's CEO Sam Altman was in Delhi for Dev Day, emphasizing India's role as OpenAI's second-largest market. With initiatives like the IndiaAI mission and Ola's Krutrim AI lab, India is positioning itself as a major player in AI innovation.
That's exciting. How is AI expected to transform sectors in India?
Altman mentioned transformative potential in healthcare and education. However, he also pointed out challenges like the rising costs of AI training.
Got it. And what's happening in France with the AI Action Summit?
France is hosting the Artificial Intelligence Action Summit, focusing on investments and agreements regarding AI safety and environmental impact. Europe's AI startup scene is booming, with $8 billion in funding last year.
That's a lot of money. Where are these startups focusing their efforts?
Many French AI startups are concentrating on health, climate, and vertical applications. It reflects a global AI expansion beyond just the US and China.
Interesting. How is Google changing its search function?
Google is revamping search into an AI-powered assistant by integrating tools like DeepMind's Project Astra and Gemini Deep Research. This transformation aims to handle complex queries and automate tasks.
Sounds ambitious. What challenges do they face?
Despite some early mishaps with AI overviews, CEO Sundar Pichai is optimistic about 2025 bringing major AI-driven innovations. There are opportunities, but also challenges for websites and businesses reliant on Google traffic.
Speaking of Google, I heard they're making a big investment in AI.
Yes, Alphabet is increasing its AI investments, with capital expenditures up by 42% to $75 billion this year. Sundar Pichai sees the falling AI costs as a chance for massive growth in usage.
That's a bold move. What about AMD? I heard they're making some changes too.
Absolutely. AMD is fast-tracking the launch of its Instinct MI350 data center GPUs to mid-2025 due to strong demand. They're aiming to boost their competitiveness in the AI compute market.
And how are they doing in terms of growth?
They're expecting double-digit growth, with data center revenue rising and major clients like Meta and Microsoft on board.
Interesting shift. And what's this about Google removing its pledge regarding AI for weapons?
Google recently removed its pledge not to build AI for weapons or surveillance from its website, causing some concern. They've updated their AI principles to emphasize responsible AI and national security.
That sounds controversial. What's the reaction been like?
It's definitely sparked a debate, especially given past controversies over military contracts and AI's role in accelerating military processes.
Moving on, I heard Figure AI is doing something new with their partnership with OpenAI.
Yes, Figure AI has ended its partnership with OpenAI to develop its own in-house AI for humanoid robots. They're pursuing vertical integration to tailor AI specifically for their hardware.
What prompted this change?
They cited a major breakthrough and believe that proprietary AI is crucial for scaling embodied AI in real-world applications.
Makes sense. And what's happening with Hugging Face?
Developers at Hugging Face, including co-founder Thomas Wolfe, have created Open Deep Research, an open alternative to OpenAI's Deep Research tool. However, it lacks access to OpenAI's O3 model, which limits its full potential.
So it's a work in progress?
Exactly, Mike. It's promising, but not quite at the level of OpenAI's offerings yet.
I see. And there's something happening with Intel in China?
Yes, China might launch an antitrust probe into Intel, especially amid rising U.S. tariffs. This could impact Intel significantly, as China is a major market for them.
That's concerning for Intel. Lastly, what's the latest with the EU's AI Act?
The EU's AI Act compliance has begun, with a ban on unacceptable risk AI uses like social scoring. Violations could carry hefty penalties, up to 7% of global turnover.
That's quite strict. Any guidance for developers?
There are non-binding draft guidelines to help developers comply, but enforcement and further deadlines are still in the works.
Thanks, Sarah. That was a lot to unpack. Anything else before we wrap up?
Just a quick mention, former Tesla engineer Thomas Shedd is leading an AI-first strategy at Technology Transformation Services, aligning it with Silicon Valley's push for increased AI reliance.
That's a wrap then. Thanks for joining us on TAO.
Absolutely, Mike. Thanks to all our listeners out there. Until next time, stay curious.